Hello, church. So here is our devotional for Saturday, January 31st, as we finish off the month of January in the year of 2026. Mercy, that went quickly. Um, so today, if you're looking in the NRSV or probably RSV too, without me looking right off the top of my head, or another version that you're using, you're probably going to be hearing two proverbs that are separated. Peterson goes ahead and keeps them together, or actually does it in on another portion. So I'll try to signify where that break is. The second part, which they identify in the NRSV, is on God and creation, and you'll be able to hear that too. But yeah, Peterson does some continuity and doesn't shift it out. We also have a difference in titles once again. So for the Proverbs that we are looking at today, the NRSV will call the first the true wealth. Peterson does the very tree of life. And then the NRSV also does God's wisdom in creation. Here's the thing that you might not have thought about before or tackled before. Headings that we use in a lot of our Bibles, and especially in student Bibles, aren't in the manuscripts originally. These are things that people are looking at and then adding in to try to draw our attention to particular aspects or to try to set the theme for us. Not a bad thing at all, but these are coming from the people who are putting together and translating to try to give us some context and make it easier to find as we go along too. So here is the NRSV beginning in chapter 3 with verse 13, the true wealth. Happy are those who find wisdom and those who get understanding, for her income is better than silver and her revenue better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called happy. You might have picked up already, because when we're talking about Beatitudes, and not just the ones that are in the New Testament, sometimes that is translated as happy are those. So we are ultimately dealing with Beatitudes in this portion. The NRSV also adds in the title and the break, God's wisdom in creation. And these are verses 19 and 20. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth. By understanding, he established the heavens. By his knowledge, the deeps broke open, and the clouds dropped down the dew. So those are the two in the New Revised Standard Version. Peterson does a pretty interesting thing in the translation, and this goes back to his use of personification and making these capital letters to make continuity going throughout the section rather than making that division. I'll show you where the break is, but then we'll keep on going. So here's Peterson as he deals with our second part of Proverbs chapter 3, and his title is The Very Tree of Life. You might have heard that phrase in the NRSV, and so that picks up as his focus. You're blessed when you meet Lady Wisdom, capitals. When you make friends with Madam Insight, also capitalized. She's worth far more than money in the bank. Her friendship is better than a big salary. Her value exceeds all the trappings of wealth. Nothing you could wish for holds a candle to her. With one hand, she gives long life. With the other, she confers recognition. Her manner is beautiful, her life wonderfully complete. She is the very tree of life, all caps. To those who embrace her, hold her tight and be blessed. There is a section break, but not a section title with Eugene Peterson. And here's our one portion. With Lady Wisdom, another W, God formed earth. With Madam Insight, capitalized again, he raised heaven. They knew when to signal rivers and springs to the surface and dew to descend from the night skies. So slightly different context on how he's doing it. You heard the reiteration of Madam Insight and Lady Wisdom, which also started that first stanzas, those first couple of stanzas that we're dealing with. All right, so that's it for today. We will be back with you as we continue in Proverbs 3 on Monday, and we will see you then. Have a great weekend. People are jinxing us already because I just had a conversation with Kevin Master where he said, well, we might actually be able to have church. Thanks, Kevin. And then also, we are thinking about giving directions to the church so people can make sure they remember how to get here safely. Have GPS do that. And have a great day.